Manny Pacquiao's MPBL All-Star.
We have a back-to-back three-point shootout champion, our slam dunk king. Ooh, that's a lot of power, buddy.
All ready to showcase their skills in the all-executive game. MPBL All-Star Game. The best of the best will battle it out, so let's turn it up and witness greatness.
Attacks back to Santago with the alley-oop. Will drives down the middle, 2 points plus the foul.
For the first time in MPBL history, we have a back-to-back three-point shootout champion. He literally shot the ball lights out here, Orlan Mamar Jr.
Siguro, challenge ko na lang din sa sarili ko na i-defend pa rin yung back-to-back yun. Kunin yung 3-pit.
Victoria kicks it out. Our three-point king, Orlan Mamar, converts. Ooh! That's a lot of power, buddy. This guy's a showman himself.
Every game naman, tsaka every event, mindset ko talaga manalo.
Here he goes! Yeah! And still, I see...
Bringing the heat and brilliance, your MPBL North Division All-Stars!
Best of the best sa North, tapos best of the best sa South. So ako, expectation ko lang is going to be a competitive game.
South Division All-Stars!
Yung North medyo malakas din eh. Ibigay lang din namin yung best namin and hopefully manalo kami.
Loud and proud as the rivalry is about to explode.
Oh my! That's a three again. Oh, what a move.
What a winning play.
Patay tayo! He just posterized Miles Canyan! Oh!
MPBL All-Star Game.
Isang magandang hapon sa inyo lahat, mga kaliga. We are here at the Alonte Sports Arena where the brightest names and biggest stars come together for our annual 2025 All-Star Day. My name is Javi Palanya.
Tama ka dyan, Javi. My name is Mika Abisames and it's a beautiful day to meet the stars of our beloved league. Alam mo, Javi, ito ang inaabangan talaga year after year because the best of the best are here. At sabi nga nila, itong taon daw na to ang pinakamalalakas na lineups sa ating mga teams. Ibig sabihin, itong taon din pinakamaraming stars. Ano bang mga mangyayari ngayon, Javi?
We have, of course, our three-point shootout which meron tayong isang twist sa ating three-point shootout ngayon. Our three-point shootout will start with our first round. And then we will proceed with our executive game. Tapos, yung finals ng three-point shootout will be after our executive game. So that's one twist that our participants will have to go through.
Talaga namang binago nila for this season, no? Ang tanong, sino kayang aagaw ng corona ni Orlan Wamar? Ang dami nating bets, no? For
That's
this
right.
year.
Two-time defending champion Orlan Wamar will have the likes of course, our current three-point shooting record holder, Philip Panyamogan. There's Ino Comboy from the Mindoro Tamaraos. The Quezon Huskers will also be represented by Diego Dario.
Tama ka dyan, Javi. Pero alam mo, bukod sa three-point shootout, ako personally excited talaga ako sa executive game. Kasi dyan natin inaabangan si Boss Manny, no? Kung saan 2 taon na yata siyang nagiging best player at MVP.
Tama ka dyan. 2 straight MVPs already for Boss Manny Pacquiao. And of course, that's 2 straight victories for the South Executive All-Stars. Mananalo na rin ba kaya ulit ang South this year?
Pero ang pinaka-aabangan, syempre, ang North versus South, ang All-Star Game. Javi, this is the best lineup I have seen since I started with the MPBL.
You're right, the South and North All-Stars. But this year, itong South, may slight height advantage sila laban sa Norte. But of course, it's still gonna be a very exciting matchup. And of course, before our All-Star Game, we have our Slam Dunk competition as well. And to talk more about our events that are happening today, let's turn over to Miss Lyra Punsalan.
Maraming salamat, Javi and Mika. A very exciting MPBL 2025 All-Star indeed as we kick things off, of course, with none other than the three-point shootout, which has a slightly different format this year. From the first round, the top 8 shooters will advance to the second round, and from the second round, the top 3 shooters will advance to the final round, which is the championships. Alam naman natin, Andrea, that all eyes are on Orlando Mar this afternoon as the back-to-back defending champion. And of course, may reunion feels din because he is joined by Domark Matellano and Ino Comboy. At alam mo ba, sabi sa akin ni Ino kanina, hindi daw niya papayagan na maging three-peat king itong si Orlando Mar. I know definitely it's not gonna be an easy task for him dahil may mga bago din. Kwento mo naman.
Yes, Lyra, sinabi mo nga na marami tayong newbies ngayon, no? At isa na nga dyan itong si Diego Dario. Kanina nagkaroon kami ng konting usapan at nagkaroon nga lang daw siya ng more or less 1 week of preparation para dito sa ating 3-point shootout. At sinabi niya nga sa akin, wala pong mga ganitong cart ang aming team sa Quezon. Ang ginawa daw ng kanyang mga kuya sa Team Quezon Huskers, nag-improvise ng mga plastic chairs para tulungan siyang mag-practice sa ating 3-point shootout. So titingnan natin kung maganda ba ang kinalabasan ng team effort ng Quezon Huskers. Pero hindi lamang yan, meron pa tayong all-executive game pagkatapos ng ating 3-point shootout. At kagaya nga ng sinabi ni Mika, partner, for the past years, laging si Boss Manny Pacquiao ang ating best player dyan. Well, kitang-kita mo naman ang katawan ni Boss MP. At his age, talagang malakas, matikas. Partner, alam mo ba yung phrase na ang bumangga, giba? Partner, naririnig mo ba yun?
Definitely, partner.
Well, syempre, talagang ayaw bumangga ng ibang mga players sa ating boss. Kaya naman, talagang aabangan natin kung sino nga ba yung pwede next na maging best player. Partner, matanong ko lang sa iyo, no? Looking at our executive game, sa tingin mo, aside from Boss MP, sino pa ba yung pwedeng mag-best player sa atin?
Partner, you know what? Someone came to mind. Siyempre, our very own Mayor Jel Alonte na talaga namang nag-open ang doors for this venue para sa ating mga MPBL fans. Alam mo ba, few days ago, umuulan ng biko at kalamay dito. Definitely making his presence felt to all our fans in the league. At syempre, one of the exciting highlights of our festivities for today, the Slam Dunk.
Definitely, partner. Pero makabalik ako dun sa sinabi mo. Parang hindi naman si Mayor Jel yung inaabangan mo. Parang yung Biko naman. Pero, yun na nga ang ating slam dunk competition at ang ating defending champion nga dyan ay walang iba kundi si Joe GDL. But aside from him, nagbabalik rin si Warlo Batak ng Pasig and of course, si Rodel Gravera ng Quezon. Marami rin tayo mga newbies dito. Pero, partner, matanong ko lang, sino ba ang bet mo sa ating slam dunk competition? Ako, hindi mo pa ako tinatanong. Alam naman ng ating mga kaliga na Quezonian to. So, Rodel Gravera, nasa iyo ang boto ko. Ikaw ba, partner?
Proud Quezonian Queen. Siyempre, proud Kapampangan Queen din ako, partner. As the defending champion for the slam dunk na si Joe. Ang pambato ko naman this year, siyempre, si Sonny Estil. Nasabi naman nila talagang nag-prepare daw, talagang tutok ang buong management ng Pampanga Giant Lantern sa preparations niya for the slam dunk competition. And talking about preparations, moving forward to the final highlight of this event, the All-Star game between the North and South Division Stars. Alam naman natin, for 2 consecutive years, the North has been reigning victorious, pero talagang napakatindi ng mga prayers ni na Coach Eric Gonzalez. Kitang-kita talaga na kailangan na nilang bumawi for this year. We shall yet to see if the North will remain supreme or makakabawi na ang South. But one thing's for sure, whether the North or the South, all these stars are gonna shine ever so brightly tonight. Javi, Mika?
Maraming salamat sa ating dalawang naggagandahang binibini. Siyempre si Miss Quezon na si Miss Andrea Endicio at si Miss Pampanga na si Lyra Ponsalan. Hindi lang stars ang meron tayo dito, Marami ring magaganda dito sa loob ng ating court, Javi. Pero napag-usapan nila yung mga bet nila sa slam dunk. Ako, this year parang Warlo Batak ako.
Warlo Batak? Why did nobody ever mention the defending champion, Joe Gomez de Llano? I'm gonna stick with the defending champion. So, Joe GDL, a little bit of pressure on you.
Tropa mo lang ata kasi si Jody GDL. Okay, wag na nating patagalin pa, no? Kasi syempre, napag-usapan na natin lahat na mangyayari ngayong araw na to. When we return, it's gonna be the 2025 MPBL All-Star.
All right, welcome once again to our 2025 MPBL All-Star Day here at the Yolonte Sports Arena in Binyan, Laguna. And of course, to kick things off, we are going to have our three-point shootout, which Orlan Omar has already won for the past 2 years, the only two-time defending champion. And as you can see there, the participants now preparing and priming themselves up for our three-point shootout. We will have 16 participants this year. Muli, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. This is Javi Palanya, joined by Andre Doremdes. Andre, welcome to the panel, and I'm sure you're very excited to be part of your first MPBL All-Star Day as a member of our panel.
Yes, of course, Javi. Siyempre, sanay ako na ako yung naglalaro sa mga games ngayon, but it's definitely different and a good experience so far na I'm behind the scenes commentating. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun event today.
Alright, so nakita nga natin yung mga participants natin from the camera earlier on. We will see the list of names here on our screens. Now, almost all of the teams have been represented dito sa ating three-point shootout. We have 16 participants this year, of course, led by our two-time defending champion, Orlan Omar Jr. of the San Juan Knights. We see the list of names here, Andre. Sino sa tingin mo ang magiging matinding kalaban ni Orlan?
First of all, ako tingin ko talaga si Diego Dario, and then our league leader this season, si Philip Panyamogan. We also have Rai De La Rosa and Jeff Manday.
So those are the guys that Andre thinks na magbibigay ng isang mahirap na time para kay Orlan this three-point shootout in this year. Orlan, of course, previously held the record for most three-point shots in a game before it was broken by Philip Panyamogan. Makikita na nga natin ang ating past winners dito sa ating three-point shootout. Of course, Orlan, as mentioned, won the last two three-point shootouts, but it was first won by El Granada Gary David in 2019, and then followed by Lester Alvarez, who was then represented, who won it in Bulacan rather, and then of course Domark Matiliano won it 2 years after in Muntinlupa. So there you see Orlan Omar gunning for his third straight three-point shootout, the only two-time defending champion dito sa ating MPBL All-Star three-point shootout. There you see Gary David on the sidelines, now just watching because he will be participating sa ating All-Star executive game right after our three-point shootout. Now let's discuss the mechanics for this year's three-point shootout. No, halos pareho lang naman ang magiging mechanics natin this year. Andre, we will have 2 preliminary rounds and 1 final round, and as mentioned earlier at the top of our coverage, yung final round natin will happen after the executive All-Star game. Now talk to us how this will affect yung shooters natin.
Yes, it's gonna be very different this year, of course, kasi syempre, after the first round, there's gonna be a whole game gonna be played. So it's gonna be much harder because players are gonna get cold. So the challenge here is players have to stay warm in order to be able to compete in the second round and in the championship.
Siyempre, itong 3-point shootout, it's not just your regular shooting drill or regular shooting session. No? You have racks and then you're getting the ball from the side. So different mechanics nga that will play in. Have you tried this before?
Yes, I've tried it. It's very different. It's harder than you're shooting off the dribble. It's harder than getting a pass from a teammate. So yeah, it's very different. So it's gonna be exciting to see these players shoot.
Alright, wag na natin patagalin pa. Let's go to Miguel Pere for our player introductions.
Good afternoon, MPBL fans, and welcome to the Alonda Sports Arena in Viñas City, Laguna for the 2025 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL All-Star. Get ready for a showcase of pure shooting excellence as we bring you the three-point contest, where the league's sharp shooters test their range, accuracy, and clutch under the spotlight. Who will light it up from beyond the arc and be crowned the MPBL Three-Point King? Let's meet the protagonist. First, from the Abra Solid Dart Weavers, Marvin Taiwan. Next, your very own from Binyanta Takjel, Joseph Peña Redondo. From Caloocan Batang Kangkalu, Jeff Manday. From Ilagan, Isabela Cowboys, Donald Gumaru. From the Pasay Voyagers, Jesper Salenga. Representing Batangas City, Tanduay Ram Masters, Philip Panyamogan. One Bataan Risers, Kamaya Coast represent Dom Vera. From the Quezon Huskers, Diego Dario. From Jensen Warriors, the Ant-Man, Mark Cruz. From Kansas City Galleries, Taipan, Rai De La Rosa. Representing Sarangani Marlins, Mix Pascual. Mindoro Tamaraos represent Ino Comboy. From the Davao Occidental Tigers, Joseph Terso. Representing Zamboanga Sikat, Reg Gabat. From the Muntinlupa Cagers Lacan, the 2022 three-point shootout champion, the Iceman, Tomark Matiliano. And finally, the only back-to-back three-point shootout champions, representing the San Juan Knights, Arlen Wamar.
Alright, so you just witnessed the call-outs by Miguel Pere for all our 16 participants sa ating 2025 MPBL All-Star 3-point shootout. Again, we have 16 participants led by two-time defending champion Orlan Wamar of the Sunman Knights. But also joining as first-timers is the record 3-point shootout, or rather the record holder for most 3-pointers in a game in the MPBL, Philip Panyamogan of the Batangas City Tanduay Rum Masters. But Andre did mention off-air that Diego Dario is also a very strong contender for this one. Na-mention niya rin yung ating teammate niya na si Ryan De La Rosa of Quezon City. Orlan did prepare for this competition, so did a lot of these guys. But we did talk about how different it is that some of these players, medyo masanay sila na jump shot rather than set shot. So may mga ibang players dito, Andre, na mention sa akin, they had to adjust their shots and of course also had to adjust their mechanics.
Yes, it's a very different game when you're getting the ball from a rack rather than off the dribble, off a catch. So it's much more harder for these players to shoot. Well, personally, in my opinion, when I tried the 3-point shootout, it was much harder for me to get my rhythm on. So it's interesting to see how these players adapted to this style of play.
It's gonna be 60 seconds per round, and again, 16 participants ang meron natin. The first round will be played first with all 16 participants going for their preliminary round, and then the top 8 shooters will then advance to the second round, which will happen after the All-Star Executive Game. So that's a whole 40-minute game. How will our shooters stay warm? That is the question. Any tips, Dre?
Just stay active. After the round, I suggest that they dry off their sweat immediately. Stay active, stretch, warm up, especially before they start their second round.
Yeah, just like an all-day 3x3 tournament, it's very hard to stay active for our 3-point shootout that will last for a very long duration. All right, we're gonna take a short break. Sa ating pagbabalik, simula na ang ating 3-point shootout.
Happy na part ako ng All-Star. So, siyempre gusto natin ma-entertain yung mga fans ng MPBL. So, may look forward ko to.
Dali ko lang sa practice talaga. Walang imposible kay Lord. Talagang pagka nagtiwala ka, baka siyempre manalo tayo.
Etong year, baka di ko na iniisip kung ano na lang, enjoy ko na lang din ulit. Kasi wala naman na dapat patunayan. Enjoy natin yung All-Star Weekend lang.
Ngayon, babawi ako. Kasi last year, may injury ako nung nag-participate ako eh. Talagang kailangan mag-shoot lang yung mga tira ko and mag-practice.
Kung anong ginawa ko last 2 years ago, yun lang pa rin. Mag-enjoy lang ako sa opportunity na binigay sa akin. I-showcase ko kung ano yung meron ako dun sa contest.
Wamar, grabe. Wala, tingin ko dapat maganda gising ko.
Galingan mo, Orlan. Let's give them a good show sa 3-point shootout. Kay Orlan, talagang sobrang hardworking yan. Talaga, miss kita. Yun lang.
Lahat naman yun, kasali doon, pwede ako talunin. Siguro, challenge ko na lang din sa sarili ko na i-defend pa rin yung back-to-back siguro. Kunin yung 3 tips.
Magbabalik ang inyong 2025 MPBL All-Star. Again, we will start with our 3-point shootout in just a few moments. Avi Palanya joined by Andre Doremdes here on the panel. And Dre, I'm very excited for this to happen dahil mas malalim yung ating participants this year sa ating shootout compared to previous years. I think this is the strongest lineup of shooters that we're gonna have for our 3-point shootout dito sa ating All-Star Day. And up first, we're gonna have Marwin Taiwan of the Abra Weavers.
Yes, Marvin Taiwan, very capable shooter, lalo sa catch and shoot and off the dribble. So it's very interesting to see how he's gonna shoot in this three-point shootout.
It's gonna be 5 racks with each rack having 5 balls and 4 regular balls and 1 money ball. But there's gonna be 1 rack which the participant will pick kung saan there will be 5 money balls. Right? So 4 racks with 4 regular balls and 1 money ball, and then 1 rack with 5 money balls. Participants will have 60 seconds per round. There you see Marvin Taiwan feeling the racks here dito sa ating competition field, and looks like his money ball rack will be on the right flank, and he will start on the left side. Marvin is a lefty representing the Abra Weavers, formerly of the San Juan Knights, so former teammate rin ito ni Orlan Mamar, who is our 2-time defending champion. We're just about ready to begin in a few moments. 60 seconds on the clock for each participant. Taiwan, first one is good, missing on the second. Moneyball is good, so 2 out of 5 on the first track. Missing on the first, second is also a miss. Taiwan gets the third one to go. Sorry, that was the fourth one. Moneyball, no good. Top of the key, yeah.
This rack is where they get to warm up.
Usually talaga yung top of the key yung favorite ng mga shooters, no? This is his Moneyball rack. Taiwan has 8 points, 23 seconds left. Moneyball is good. That was the last Moneyball on the Moneyball rack. 10 points currently para kay Marvin Taiwan. He is the first participant. He's going to set the tone here for all our 15 other shooters. 3 seconds left. He finishes with 12 points. Marvin Taiwan of the Abra Weavers, who's shooting 35% from the three-point line this season para sa kanyang koponan. What about that performance for a first shootout participant, Andre?
Yes, way to set the tone, Javi. 12 is a very decent score.
Up next, we have Joseph Peña Redondo of our hosts, the Binyan Tatak Gel. Peña Redondo is one of Coach Boyd Fernandez's most trusted two-way players. Usually tasked to guard the opposite team's best perimeter player, but also very reliable in shooting shots from the outside. Joseph Peña Redondo, although his percentage from the outside this season, not very encouraging at 24.5%. But we'll see how he fares here. He will start, I think, also on the left side. Marvin Taiwan, our first participant from the Abra Weavers, had 12 points. Let's see how Peña Redondo will fare. 12 points currently is the score to beat. We have 16 participants this year trying to beat out 2-time defending champion Orlan Mamar of the San Juan Knights. So Peña Redondo also a little bit of a set shot here for his choice of mechanics.
And I think that's an advantage, Javi. Because when you would shoot a jump shot, usually sa 4th or 5th rack, napapagod na eh.
Yan na talaga yung challenge, no? Sa 3-point shootout, when you have 5 racks and 5 balls to shoot, kailangan marunong ka rin i-conserve yung energy mo, no? Last ball on the top of the circle rack is good. He has 8 points currently, 20 seconds remaining on the clock. Remember, 12 is the score to beat. Peña Redondo has enough time and enough balls to try and get past that. 11 already. Peña Redondo, oh, he has his foot on the line. Yan rin ang isa sa mga kailangan mapansin ng ating mga players, that you have to have both feet behind the line. And he finishes with 12 points. Joseph Peña-Redondo of the Binyanta Takjel. Oh no,
Oh, 14.
14 is the official score para kay Peña-Redondo. So he beats out Marwin Taiwan of the Abra Weavers, who was our first participant. This was his best rack. That money ball rack where he put all 5 balls at the top of the key. 4 out of 5 top of the circle there para kay Joseph Peña-Redondo. Up next, we have Jeff Manday of the Caloocan Batang Kangkalu, MPBL rookie, first-timer as well, siyempre, sa ating MPBL All-Star Day. And also, a first-timer here sa ating 3-point shootout. Manday will also be participating in our All-Star game later on between the North and the South. Of course, representing the North All-Stars. Ito si Jeff Manday.
Yes, Manday, a very capable shooter. Shooting 36.1% from 3 this season.
Have you gone up against Jeff Manday before?
Yes, pero sa 3x3 kami naglaban madalas eh.
Oo, si Jeff Manday, isa yan sa mga mapusok talaga na player
Yes.
sa 3x3. He's so active, he doesn't stop moving, and
he's a very capable shooter. You can't leave him wide open as well.
you're right. I think he justifies wearing that jersey number so much. No secret na idol niya si Steph Curry. Kaya marami rin sa mga staff natin dito. Tsaka may mga ilang fans rin ako na nakausap at mga nag-message sa akin na si Jeff Manday could be the quote-unquote dark horse of this 3-point shootout this year.
It's off to a good start.
Moneyball is no good on the second rack. 5 points currently para kay Jeff Manday. Moneyball rack, top of the circle here. That's 8 points now. 10. That's a miss on the last one.
4 out of 5 on the money ball rack.
13 is the official score para kay Jeff Manday. 14. 15 seconds left. Does he have enough time? 15 now. Manday has 8 seconds to work with. Ooh, Jeff Manday
He's
is
hot.
burning the nets here. Woo-hoo-hoo. 12 for Marwin Taiwan. 14 for Joseph Peña-Redondo. 19. 19 is the official score para kay Jeff Manday of the Caloocan Batang Kangkalu. Our front runner so far. 3 of 3 so far shooting participants dito sa ating 3-point shootout. This was his best track, top of the key. Really, that quick release also, I think that's an advantage, no, para sa mga players participating in a shootout like this. But he had to use almost the full length of his clock, no?
Yeah.
Compared to both Marwin Taiwan and Peña-Redondo, who still had a lot of time to spare. Up next, we have Don Gumaru of the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. Gumaru starts on the right side. 19 is the score to beat. Remember, the top 8 participants will be moving on to our second round right after our All-Star Executive Game, which will commence right after this first round when all 16 of our shooters have gone on to shoot all 5 racks.
I like how Gumaru is shooting right now. He's not exerting a lot of effort. He's using a lot of arms rather than legs. It's a way to preserve his energy for the final rack.
40% ang kanyang average from beyond the arc this season. With a good score already with still 2 racks remaining. That's 13 para kay Don Gumaru. Misses 2 straight. 14 now. Money ball is no good.
He has a chance.
Ooh, that's a miss. 2 straight misses. Oh, 3 seconds left still, no? Oh, clock already expires there para kay Don Gumaru, and he's left with 14 points. Pity because he was actually doing well and he kind of established a good rhythm, and you said maganda nga yung naging shot mechanics niya. Got off to a good start but was unable to sustain it. Medyo nag-slow down siya dun sa last 2 racks niya.
Time management is also a very important part of this game, especially when you have your money ball racks at the end of the rack. So you have to be able to manage your time wisely.
Tied with Joseph Peña-Redondo is Don Gumaru of the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. Up next, representing the Pasay Voyagers, former Mapua Cardinal Jasper Salenga, who has been one of the more reliable shooters of Coach Marlon Martin and has taken on more of the scoring mantle, especially nung nawala si Lawrence Victoria when he got traded to the Pangasinan Heat Waves.
Yes, Salenga, a very capable shooter as well.
Starts off short. Jasper Salenga of Pasay still without a bucket here sa kanyang first rack. Participants have 60 seconds to work with on all 5 racks. This is his money ball rack. It's still struggling. Ito si Jasper Salenga. Mukhang medyo matulis yung kanyang tira, no?
Oh, it doesn't look like his shot when he's playing in an official game. He kind of changed it.
Ito si Jasper rin kasi medyo jump shot rin yung kanyang tira in game time situations. And when that happens, minsan yung pulso mo, kailangan mo talagang i-recalibrate. Only with 4 right now, with 9 seconds remaining, not even rushing here. Ito si Salenga, medyo nag-adjust pa ng posisyon doon. 5 right now, and that's gonna be it para kay Jasper Salenga. Clock expires with just 5 points on the board. That's the official score, 5 points para kay Jasper Salenga. Up next, we have the MPBL record holder who set the record for most 3-point shots in a single game, representing the Batangas City Tanduay Masters, Philip Panyamogan, who is shooting a whopping 42.7% from the outside this season.
Yes, 42.7%, which also leads the league in a 3-point percentage.
Panyamogan will start on the right side. Ito si Philip, he's built for this competition.
Yes. As you can see through his jump shot, he's not jumping a lot. He's using a lot of his arms, not exerting a lot of effort.
5 points on the first track para kay Panyamogan. Remember, top 8 participants will be advancing to our second round after the All-Star Executive Game. Philip currently has 8. His money ball rack will be the rack on the left side, on the left wing.
He's getting warm now.
12 points para kay Philip Panyamogan. Panyamogan struggling on this rack. Rattles that one home. That's good para kay Philip. 16 has a chance to catch Jeff Manday. 17, 18, 19 has a chance to get past it. And there you go.
What a finish by Philip Panyamogan.
Philip Panyamogan finishing with 21 points. So far, the leader dito sa ating All-Star 3-point shootout here in Binyan. Got hot top of the key just like how our other shooters fared. But then he also had a good rack to finish dun sa left corner. Almost 4 out of 5. At yan ang bet na marami sa ating mga tao dito sa MPBL, si Philip Panyamogan. One of the participants, I think, who is flying under the radar is Dom Vera of the Bataan Risers, who is up next dito sa ating 3-point shootout.
Dom Vera, a very good catch-and-shoot shooter. He's also shooting 36.6% this season. Yes, I do believe he's kind of like a dark horse in this competition.
Pero ito si Dom, medyo jump shot rin ng kanyang tira eh. He uses a lot of his legs, syempre supporting him from the sidelines. Di nyo nakikita sa camera ngayon, pero Gary David, the assistant coach currently of the Bataan Risers, who was our inaugural 3-point shootout champion, here to support ang kanyang player na ngayon na si Dom Vera. One of the shooters of the Bataan Risers, one of the many shooters that Coach Og Gumatay has at his disposal. Vera will start on the left corner. Only 1 out of 5 on the first track. Still yet to gain a steady rhythm here. Let's see how he does top of the key. Vera has his money ball rack on the right flank.
It seems that the top of the key is the favorite spot for all our shooters so far.
Yan talaga usually, no? Default. Money ball rack now para kay Dom Vera. Currently with just 7 points. I don't think he has a chance to catch Manday or Philip Panyamogan, but he does have a chance to get past Philip Panyamogan. Sorry, no, Joseph Peñaredondo rather, but let's see.
I think the money ball rack also is where players need to spend their most time.
Yes.
Especially since it's double the points.
And that's 12 points officially para kay Dom Vera of the Bataan Risers, tying our first shooter, Marwin Taiwan of the Abra Weavers. Di ko alam kung disappointed ba si Coach Gary David or nanghihinayang, but it is what it is. Only 12 points para kay Dom Vera. This was his best track.
Iniisip siguro ni El Granada na sana siya na lang tumira para sa...
Pwede ba yun? Hindi na kasi pwede. Kung hindi ka na player, hindi ka na pwede mag-participate sa ating 3-point shootout. Maybe that's something that we could think of in the future. Maybe have a 3-point shootout for our executives, coaches, management people, no?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Very fun shootout to witness. People that we don't see every time shooting the basketball. I'm sure, syempre, marami rin sa mga yan would be excited to participate in something like that. So, something to think about para sa ating MPBL top honchos. Up next, representing the Quezon Huskers and one of the participants who many of the people think will be a very strong contender to compete with Orlan Mamar, and right away, he goes 4 for 5 on his first track.
Diego Dario, a very streaky shooter, off to a good start.
He did some work with Coach Pat of Better Basketball. At kudos daw sa mga kanyang mga teammates who helped him rebound and get the balls and put it in position dahil wala silang mga racks doon sa kanilang practice facility. Currently with 11 points right now, Diego Dario.
Diego starting to cool off a bit.
12 points. That's 14 right now para kay Diego Dario. 15 actually. Quite still a decent number to work with. I think this is still enough to get him past the first round.
A solid round for Diego Dario.
16 points on the board officially for Diego Dario of the Quezon Huskers. So that's currently third in our string of shooters dito sa ating 3-point shootout. The leader is Philip Panyamogan. Next is Jeff Manday. And then currently, third placer is Diego Dario. 4 out of 5 nung kanyang simula. He was off to a very hot start. And you don't usually see that. Actually, this is the first time we've seen it where a player started off with that high of a percentage sa kanilang unang rack pa lang.
Yes, usually the first 2 racks are a feel-out racks, and to see Diego start off hot is very interesting.
Up next, from the Jensen Warriors naman, also one of the league leaders in terms of 3-point percentage this season, the Ant-Man, Mark Cruz, electing to start from the right corner pocket. Ito si Mark Cruz, also one of our streakiest shooters here in the league.
Good start.
5 points para kay Mark Cruz, almost 24. Did not have enough time to launch that last money ball, but wow.
It's a very solid round from Mark Cruz.
What a whopping total para kay Mark Cruz, finishing with 24, pushing Diego Dario down 1 place. He is now the leader sa ating 3-point shootout. Those first 2 racks were crazy for Mark.
Very
barely
disciplined
missed.
form.
Yeah. And doesn't really have a lot of effort and energy taking place in that shot. Tsaka ang bilis ng bitaw.
Bilis.
Well, this is one guy I'm sure, maybe not just because he's your teammate, but because you've seen him a lot in practice and in games. A guy you think would be a strong contender as well, Rai De La Rosa at the Quezon City Galleries, Taipan.
When Rai gets hot, he doesn't miss.
Former JRU heavy bomber. 3 points on the first track for Rai. Still trying to feel things out. He has his money ball rack on the left wing, so that's going to be his 4th rack. Let's see how he does here top of the key. 3 points still currently on the board. That's 4. Money ball, can he get this? 6 para kay Rai De La Rosa.
Important rack.
8. Ooh, badly missing that one. Just 1 out of 5 on the money ball rack. 8 points for Rai De La Rosa. 8 seconds left. Ooh. Tough round para kay Rai De La Rosa. And I'm not sure that's gonna get him past our first round here. Just 10 points. That's the lowest score so far.
Yes, I think it's very evident that this is a different game.
Yeah.
Our best shooters are struggling to get the ball off the rack as compared to getting a pass from a teammate or off the dribble.
It doesn't necessarily translate if you're a good in-game shooter. It doesn't necessarily translate that you're gonna be a good shooter in our 3-point shootout. Now, this guy up next has one of the, I think, not just one of the, but I think the fastest release in the MPBL this year. Mix Pascual, who was a last-minute replacement for Kit Jimenez of the Sarangani Gripper. Kit went down with a flu, I think, last minute. So, Mix Pascual coming in and taking his place, but Mix is a very capable replacement for sure, no doubt about it, because we've seen him shoot it from such far distances with not much effort. There's his coach, John Callias, looking on. He will be participating sa ating executive game. See how effortless ang bitaw dito ni Mix. He doesn't even jump a lot, and a lot of the power comes from the wrist.
Yes, barely jumping, conserving a lot of energy.
4 points currently for Mix Pascual. So far, so good in managing his time. 5 points on the board for player out of the Sarangani Gripper. Money ball rack for Mix. Ooh. 0 out of 2. 1 out of 3. 2 out of 4.
There you go.
2 out of 5 for Mix Pascual. Last 2 racks important here for Mix to have a good percentage.
He has a very unorthodox shooting form, Javi.
Hindi rin diretso yung bitaw niya, no? Parang medyo tumatagilid yung kamay niya.
Oh, his elbows are out.
Yeah. Very unconventional shot for Mix Pascual.
But whatever works for you, works for you.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, why fix it? But for this round, though, I think Coach John Callis a bit disappointed with the 11 points of Mix Pascual. So just a point ahead of Rai De La Rosa earlier. Still leading the way is Diego Dario. Sorry, no. Mark Cruz is still leading the way sa ating 3-point shootout.
Another crowd favorite in Ino Comboy, a very streaky shooter. Very capable off the dribble, very capable catch and shoot, and also in the pick and roll situation.
Ino Comboy of the Mindoro Tamaraos shooting a team best 37.3% from the outside this season. Ooh, short on the first attempt. Yun din rin yung problema, no? Pag nakaupo ka, waiting for your turn. Siyempre, daming participants. Hindi ka rin masyado makapag-warm up. Well, you can warm up. I think you can just try and move a bit. But it's different when you're able to warm up with your shot.
Yes. And it's also harder since in the game it's much more different since here everyone's just watching. You're alone shooting in the court, so it's a different game when you're in the three-point shootout.
May ibang pressure rin, no?
It's a
Not to
different
mention the 60 seconds that you have to work with. 5 points, that's 6 right now currently for Ino Comboy. He's gonna have to make good here on his money ball rack. This is his last rack. 8 for Comboy on the board.
He's taking his time.
Still has a lot of time. Ooh.
Big misses by Comboy.
Only 10 points para kay Ino Comboy of the Mindoro Tamaraos. So a lot of low scores the past few shooters. It's sa ating three-point shootout. Mark Cruz really set a huge precedent on his round earlier. Up next, we have Joseph Terzo of the Davao Occidental Tigers.
Yes, although only shooting 28.9% from 3 this season, Joseph Terzo is a very, very, very capable and reliable shooter.
To remind you all, we will be having our All-Star Executive Game right after this one, which precedes the second round of this three-point shootout, where our top 8 will be gutting it out for a chance to go into the finals. After the second round, top 3 participants ang maglalaban sa ating finals.
Good
Terzo
start.
with 5 to start with. Six for Terzo. Last shot there was wild.
There's that middle rack. 3 for 3.
And he loves this spot. Even in game type situations, he loves this spot. Moneyball rack right now for the Davao Occidental Tiger.
There, he's taking his time on this moneyball rack. It's paying dividends right now. 4 out of 5.
Good score. This, I think, will be more than enough to get him past the first round. Yeah, definitely. I think it's no doubt that Terzo will enter the second round right now. 20 huge points on the board for veteran point guard Joseph Terzo of the Davao Occidental Tigers. Only shooting 28.9% as mentioned by Andre earlier, but 20 points here sa ating 2025 three-point shootout.
There's that moneyball rack that gave him a lot of points there, shooting 4 out of 5.
Siguro magandang strategy rin yan to have your moneyball rack late kasi nakapag-warm up ka na, no? But also, the con of that is it gives you a lot of pressure kasi kung konti pa lang yung nasa score mo, it means kailangan mo talagang isulitin yung inyong moneyball rack.
Yes, I agree. Personally, if it was me, I would put my moneyball rack on the middle spot, the easiest spot also, and then for me, it's also the spot that you're at your warmest.
Yeah.
Not too tired, but also not too cold.
Gitna kasi siya, no? Tamang-tama lang. Now, this guy is gonna be a very interesting contender because Reg Gabat of the Zamboanga Sikat, he really jumps on his shot.
Yes.
Gets a lot of this power from his legs. Interesting to see how he does here. Sa ating three-point shootout, 60 seconds to work with. Just like all our shooters. Reg Gabat of Zamboanga. Also one of the better shooters this season. 36.6% for Reg, and he has helped Zamboanga reach the number 2 spot for a moment in the Southern Division.
He's jumping really high on these jumpers right now.
Hindi niya pinalitan yung tira niya. That's the same shot that he shoots with in-game. Ooh.
He's doing good so far, though.
Well, let's see if he can sustain this. 11 currently for Reg Gabat. Last 2 racks. This is his money ball rack. 0 out of 2. 0 out of 3. And he really is maintaining a quick pace, huh?
He's got a lot of time heading into this final rack.
Can he get this final one? Ooh, 0 out of 5 on the last one. Not sure if that's going to be enough to get him past the first round. But 14 points there para kay Reg Gabat.
Very crucial misses on his Moneyball rack, Javi.
13 para kay Reg Gabat. That's his official score. Di niya talaga pinalitan yung kanyang tira, no? And he was really going at such a quick pace, relatively quicker than what our shooters have usually shown here sa ating 3-point shootout. Up next, representing the Muntinlupa Cagers. There you go. 13 points is the score to qualify sa ating second round, which again will take place right after our All-Star Executive Game. Domark Matiliano is on the clock here. The 2022 winner. Let's see how the Iceman can rack up baskets here.
He's barely jumping also on his jump shot, exerting less effort compared to Gabat.
Now this is only the second time that Domark has participated once again, no? Hindi na siya sumali after winning the 2022 edition. Moneyball rack right now in the middle para kay Domark Matiliano. Just with 4 points so far. That's 6. Ooh, missing on the last two. Important last two racks right now for Matiliano. Again, 13 is the score to qualify. Kayang-kaya niya pa yan ngayon. That's 9 right now. He needs a good rack on this last one. 10 seconds left. 11. That's 12. Can he get 13? Can he get 14? Ooh, missing it by a hair. Our 2022 champion will not make it to the next round. That's so sad. 12 is the official score for Domark Matiliano, missing the qualifying score by just a solitary point. And now, up next, our two-time defending champion, the previous record holder for most three-point shots in a game with 13 three-pointers made. That was, of course, already broken by Philip Panyamogan, who is a strong contender against this guy, the San Juan Knights, Orlan Wamar, who chooses to have his Moneyball rack on the right wing. But I think he will be starting on the left side. Let's see. Amar just fixing the racks to make sure he's comfortable. No, he's gonna start on the right side. So, second rack niya ang kanyang Moneyball rack.
Yes, that right wing is one of his favorite spots to shoot at. That's why
right, yep.
He put that Moneyball rack there.
13 points to qualify. Orlan did prepare for this one. He wants to get a three-peat. He's the only two-time defending champion in the MPBL history. He wants to be the first three-time defending champion sa ating All-Star Day. Ooh, starting off a little bit flat here. Ooh. Last one is good there on his Moneyball rack. Not really a good percentage for our two-time defending champion. He needs these last three racks.
He needs to turn it up right now.
Ooh, will this be the year that Wamar doesn't even make the second round? 8 points.
He can still make it.
Ooh, kayang-kaya pa. But he needs a good percentage. Oh, he needs his last 4. 9, 10, 11. Ooh!
Big miss right there.
Our 2022 champion will not make it. Our two-time defending champion will not make it, which means we will crown a new winner this year sa ating 2025 All-Star 3-point shootout. Only 11 points for Orlan Wamar. Wow, did that surprise you?
Yes, I'm very surprised, especially with the experience he has in this competition. I thought that he would just cruise past this first round, and I actually really thought that he was gonna go for a three-peat.
That is crazy. All right, in just a bit, we're gonna find out who will advance to our second round, which will commence after our executive all-star game. And there you see some participants of ours. We had 16 participants this year, and in my opinion, just like a lot of people also have said, this is the deepest lineup of shooters that we've had. All right, we're gonna be taking a short break. Pagbalik natin, malalaman natin kung sino yung nag-advance. Alright, nagbabalik ang inyong 2025 MPBL All-Star Day here at the Alonte Sports Arena in Binyan, Laguna. Thank you to Mayor Jel Alonte for being so kind in hosting us for our 2025 All-Star festivities. You just witnessed the first round of our three-point shootout, which Marwin Taiwan did kick off, but he had a very tough time dun sa ating first round. Joseph Peña-Redondo followed suit. We had 16 participants, Andre, and this is the deepest lineup of shooters that we've had. What can you say so far about that first round?
Well, with that first round, it's very evident that it's much harder to shoot from a rack. But obviously, we have players like Mark Cruz, Philip Panyamogan, who scored more than 20. So I think it's still about their preparation heading into this competition. It looks like they prepared very well.
It really is imperative that you prepare if you want to make it far in a competition like this, because I think going in blind and not practicing will definitely do you in. That's going to doom you for sure. Philip Panyamogan looking very much comfortable in this three-point shootout. Vera also had a strong rack dun sa kanyang top of the circle rack. Diego Dario, one of the contenders who many people think will give Orlan Omar a run for his money, but Orlan Omar and Domart Matiliano, our two former champions. Matiliano won it in 2022. Orlan Omar is our two-time defending champion. There you see the scores. Mark Cruz is the top guy dito sa ating three-point shootout. So there you see the top 8. Cruz, Panyamogan, Terso, Manday, Dario, Peña-Redondo, Gumaru, and Gabat will all enter our second round after our Executive All-Star game. Of course, surprising that Orlan Omar and Domart Matiliano, our former champions, will not be participating sa ating second round. Let's turn over to Lyra Punsalan at courtside.
Magandang gabi mga kaligas. Still with us tonight is the three-point shootout defending champion, Orlan Wamar of San Juan. Orlan, nakwento mo nga kanina na talagang wala kang gustong expectations para sa'yo ngayong gabi. You just did extra work at talagang pinagandaan mo to just by being yourself. Anong pakiramdam that it's your third time here trying to get that three-peat king title of the three-point shootout?
Coming from the competition, sinabi ko lang naman mag-enjoy ako doon. Kasi wala na rin namang mawawala kasi nakakuha na ako ng dalawa. So ngayong moment, I'll take it na yun, kinapos. So bawat next year.
And tapos na ngayong first round. Ano namang masasabi mo sa mga kasama mo ngayon, especially Ino? Talagang sinabi niya kanina, pipigilan ka daw niya na mag-three-peat.
Madami talagang mas shooter pa kaysa sa akin. So mamaya mas maganda yung laban. Top 8 to hanggang sa finals. Makikita natin si Philip, si Mark Cruz, tsaka si Dario. Ayan, aabangan nyo yan. top 3.
And Omar, alam nga natin na napaka-busy mo naman. Siyempre, paparating na yung playoffs. Anong gusto mong sabihin sa mga patuloy na taga-suporta ninyo sa San Juan?
Mga kaliga, suportahan nyo pa rin po yung liga. Lalo yung mga taga San Juan, mga San Juaninos na suportahan kami sa paparating na playoffs.
Maraming salamat, Orlan Wamar of the San Juan Knights. Happy Mika.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. And once again, you saw Orlan Wamar. He will not be participating in our second round in finals dito sa ating 3-point shootout. And in sudden change of events, we will be having our second round already right now. So, hindi na muna mauuna ang All-Star Executive Game. And our second round in championship will happen right now, right here. We will be witnessing our top 8 participants gun it out for a spot in the championship. The top 3 will be advancing, Andre. And a lot of strong participants in that first round. Mark Cruz, Philip Panyamogan, Diego Dario. Top 3 participants in that first round. How do you think it will translate into the second round? Siyempre, hindi na nila kailangan to stay warm because they're already warm right now compared to what we thought would happen na after the executive All-Star game pa mangyayari yung second round.
Yes, a huge advantage for our players na they won't have to sit out for a long time. And ito nga, yung first round was more of a feel-out round for all the players. Pero itong second round ngayon, na-feel na nila yung so expect bigger scores for this round.
Again, joining Cruz, Panyamogan, and Diego Dario are Joseph Terzo, Jeff Manday, Joseph Peña Redondo, Don Gumaru, and Reg Gabat. Now, these guys, 8 of our best shooters in the league, will be gunning it out to advance into the top 3 sa ating championship. Let's go courtside to Miss Andrea Andizo naman.
Kasama ko nga ngayon mga kaliga ang ating top scorer ng ating first round sa ating 3-point shootout. Walang iba kundi si Mark Cruz. Mark, how do you feel about your performance sa ating first round?
Happy naman and sa second round and mag-enjoy lang.
In-expect mo ba na ganun kaganda yung shooting mo ngayong hapon?
Hindi. Nag-enjoy lang talaga ako kasi all-star. So, tignan natin sa second round din.
So, ganun din ba yung aabangan namin sa second round?
Sana.
Sana daw. Alright, Javi and Andre.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. So, Mark Cruz, medyo chillax lang naman siya. Just trying to have fun here and enjoy the moment. Reg Gabat, ang tindi nung ginawa niya dahil di niya binago yung kanyang tira and he did it at such a quick pace to everybody's surprise. I thought babaguhin niya yung tira niya just a little bit pero walang halos pagbabago eh.
Yes, this speaks to the condition of this player. He was able to hold out his true form throughout the whole 5 racks without any signs of slowing down, without signs na nahihirapan siya. So, hindi mo makikita yung condition talaga ng player na to eh.
You also just saw Diego Dario on your screens. Reg Gabat, former teammate of yours, right?
No.
Di na ba kayo nag-abot?
Di kami nag-abot.
Okay. Reg Gabat will be our first shooter. And Gabat is a first-time participant dito sa ating 3-point shootout here in All-Star Day. Once again, we'd like to thank Mayor Jel Alonte for hosting our festivities for this year's MPBL All-Star. Reg Gabat, can his jump shooting win him this competition? If you just joined us, all participants have 60 seconds to work with. We're watching now the last 8 vying for a spot in the top 3.
Moneyball rack on his second rack.
Top of the key right now for Rich. Not as good as he started compared to the first round. Let's see if he heats up in these last 2 racks. Oh, Gabat missing a lot here, Andre.
He's having a cold streak right now. Heading
Only
into his
5
final
points,
rack.
yeah. 12 seconds left. Oh, Gabat's
he's
throwing a
struggling
lot of
right now.
misses, yeah. Wow, only 8 points on the board para kay Reg Gabat, not even getting to double figures. Reg Gabat of the Zamboanga Sikat, that's our first shooter dito sa ating second round. So I think we are going in lowest to highest order here no, sa ating second round. Reds was the number 8 guy. Peña Redondo is number 7. So he will be second here sa ating second round. So sa Peña Redondo, the Binyan Tatak Gel. Peña Redondo, actually one of the guys, we've already talked about it with not really a good 3-point percentage this season, but has managed to get past the first round despite going up against more favored shooters. Wala na ang ating former champion in 2022 na si Domark Matiliano. Wala na rin ang ating 2-time defending champion na si Orlan Omar, which means we will have a new winner this year. Peña Redondo starts off on the left corner. 3 points so far for Joseph Peña Redondo. Moneyball rack right now, 6 points para kay Peña Redondo.
So this is where he needs to take his time.
He really has a good stroke, no? Diretso-diretso yung mga tira niya.
Ganda rin ng backspin ng tira niya.
Yes. Yan yung backspin na nagbibigay ng magandang swak effect eh.
Yung maganda yung sound sa net eh.
17 right now, Peña Redondo doing
wow.
an incredible job right now. Definitely far away from the performance of our first shooter in Reds Gabat, and officially Joseph Peña Redondo with 17 points. Wow, that's definitely a tough score to beat.
Yes, that's a solid score right there.
This is where he heated up. Again, top of the circle, just like most of the players like to heat up in. Top of the circle rack, Peña Redondo draining almost all of his money ball. And on to our next shooter, we have Don Gumaru of the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. Again, top 3 ang papasok dito sa ating championship round. This is our second round right now. Peña Redondo had 17. Let's see how Gumaru does. Gumaru was one of the guys in the first round, Andre, that you noticed maganda yung shot mechanics, saka parang saktong-sakto siya for this kind of competition.
Yes, I used to be teammates with him back in Ilagan, and I always would describe him as like a Steph Curry type of player. He moves very well off ball, and parang di siya napapagod pag lagi siya tumatakbo, tapos bigyan na lang titira eh.
Actually, nakakapagod bantayan to si Don Gumaru.
Sobra. Lalo sa 3x3 noon.
13 now para kay Don Gumaru. This is a good score for him. 14. Peña Redondo had 17. Ooh, he's not gonna make it. That's not enough time, but definitely a good output para kay Don Gumaru here in the second round. That's 15 on the board for the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. So 17 for Peña Redondo. Peña Redondo, 15 para kay Don Gumaru.
Yes, 15 is still a very competitive score. And we have 5 more participants to go. So 17 and 15 are top 2 scores as of right now.
And Don Gumaru had some of his best moments during his first 4 racks, and that really elevated his score, helping him get those 15 markers. Diego Dario needs 8 points to advance. Based on how he fared in the first round, that's not going to be too tough para kay Diego.
Yes, if he plays like his first round, it's going to be no problem for him.
Diego had, if I remember right, 17 in the first round. He really prepared for this one, had 2 to 3 days of preparation before coming into this competition. He started off strong in in his first rack during the first round. Here, not really so much, but let's see if he heats up here. His Moneyball rack.
That's his favorite spot.
Yep. This is where he hit the game winner against Nueva Ecija. That's where he broke a lot of hearts in Palayan City. Strong rack for Diego Dario on that second. He was sure to qualify here so far. He only needed 8 to advance to the championship. But Diego will try to get as much points as he can here in his last 2 racks. 14 now for Dario. Missing on his last money ball there on the second rack. Last rack right now. 15 for Diego. 16. That's gonna do it. Couldn't get to 17, but still, that's just one off Joseph Peña Redondo earlier. So definitely a good performance. He's second so far right now. So the top 3 are Peña Redondo, Dario, and Gumaru. Moneyball rack for Diego was his second rack, and he did really well here compared to how he fared in the first rack. Pero matindi ang magiging kalaban niya ditong sunod dahil ito si Jeff Manday. Matindi rin ang competition na ibinibigay dito sa ating 3-point shootout because of that Steph Curry-like release.
Jeff Manday also opting to put his Moneyball rack in his middle rack.
So halos iba-iba yung nagiging choice of Moneyball racks ng ating mga participants here in the second round. Pareho sila ni Peña Redondo. Diego opted to go for that left wing where he hit that game winner against Nueva Ecija. But Jeff Manday, who needs 15 points to advance, will have it in the middle. Manday placed second in the first round next to Philip Panyamogan. 2 out of 2 to begin. 3 out of 5. No, 2 out of 5. That's 3 out of 5, right? Para kay Jeff Manday. Oh, he's really having a good rhythm right now.
He also has his high release.
Manday on his Moneyball rack. He needs 15 points to advance. Not much pressure because he still has so many balls to go. At 16 already, he advances. 17.
He's getting hot now.
Heating up. 20 right now for Jeff. 21. 7 seconds left. Is that going to count? Will that count?
That should count.
That should count. Ooh, Jeff Manday, so far the highest scorer here in the second round. What a performance for Jeff Manday. I think that boots out Don Gumaru from the finals right now. Jeff Manday with a whopping 25 points officially. So okay, mga kalinga, babalikan naman natin yung ating mga final scores later on right after all our shooters finish here in the second round. But so far, this is our top dog, 25 points here in the second round para kay Jeff Manday. Up next, from the Davao Occidental Tigers, we have Joseph Terzo. One of the guys who are shooting below 30% this season. But 2 of them had advanced to the second round, Andre. Sila ni Joseph Peña Redondo.
Yes, Terzo scoring 20 points in the first round. So we're going to see if he's going to outdo his performance in the first round.
He needs 16 to get through. Only 1 point on that first track. Can they start a rhythm? That's 2 straight. 3 straight. Moneyball. Ooh, just missing right there. Moneyball rack next after this for Joseph Terzo. Off to a rather slow start here compared to the first round. He needs this.
Big
Dito rin
rack.
sa uminit ng ating first round. Taking his time a bit. 3 out of 5 there for Joseph Terzo. 13. He needs 3 more to advance.
Can't miss now.
Oh, he needs this. Ooh! Hoo-hoo. Joseph Terzo finishing with 15 points after scoring 20 in the first round. That's tough. Up next, we have the Ant-Man, Mark Cruz, representing the Gensan Warriors. And this is where Terzo was able to get a lot of baskets on that right corner, but that big miss at the end was really crucial. No, it's not Mark Cruz. It's going to be Philip Panyamogan, current MPBL record holder for most 3-pointers in a game. He is currently the favorite right now. Let's see how he does here. Makakapasok ba sa championship si Philip?
Looks very calm shooting right now.
Doesn't seem to be in a rush. He's taking his time. 3 points. That's 4. Top of the circle right now. Can Philip start a rhythm here?
He's getting hot now.
3 straight. 4 straight. Woo, woo, woo.
Perfect rack.
There you go. I think that's the first perfect rack we've seen.
Yes, that's the first one.
This entire competition. Ooh, Panyamogan doing a little bit over average on this Moneyball rack of his. He needs a good one here. Ooh!
I think he got 16.
Did he get 16? There you go, 16 points. So he gets through to the championship round, just enough for him to get through. Panyamogan heated up here. This was his perfect rack. 5 out of 5, top of the key para kay Philip Panyamogan. And just could not get that final one to count. Naubusan na siya ng oras. So as you can see, time management very important here in the 3-point shootout. Each shooter has 60 seconds to work with still. We have 8 shooters participating in this second round, and Cruz is the final one. The Ant-Man right now starting off. 60 seconds on the clock. One of the streakiest shooters in the MPBL. Had 9 made 3-point shots in 2 of his games this season.
He also has one of the most beautiful shooting forms out there. Very disciplined.
Ooh, he is burning the nets here. Mark Cruz.
Moneyball rack.
1 out of 3. 2 out of 4. 2 out of 5 on the Moneyball rack. One out of 2. Cruz cooling off a little bit here on the left wing.
Last 10 seconds.
He's got to hurry up a little bit here. Looks at the clock. He has 16.
Needs one.
There you go. And that's good enough to get him through the second round, or rather the championship round. We're going to have a recap of all the scores in just a few moments. Wow, I think this has to be our most exciting 3-point shootout yet. Ang daming dikit-dikit na mga scores dito sa ating second round eh.
Dikit-dikit lahat. 15, 16, 17.
It was really just Jeff Manday who did well above the competition in this one, in this second round. Cruz cooled off a little bit dun sa ating left side nung patapos na siya sa ating last 2 racks. Naubusan na siya ng oras dun sa corner. And as you could see, Jeff Manday is the leader with 25. Peña Redondo and Cruz following suit with 17 each. Diego Dario and Philip Panyamogan just missing it by a hair. But Gumaro and Terzo, 15 is actually a very decent score. But just to advance into the top 3, they had to go past that. Wow, what a tight competition here in the second round, Ray.
the third player, Mark Cruz, is only 2 points ahead of the 7th spot in Joseph Terso. That shows how tight this competition is right now.
This just might be the best 3-point shootout we've seen in MPBL history. Wow. And we're witnessing an underdog check into our championship round in Joseph Peña Redondo.
Yes, very excited to see what he's gonna do in this final round, especially he's an underdog.
Philip Panyamogan and Jeff Manday will be the other two guys battling it out for the right to win our 3-point shootout. Magbabalik kami. Reg Gabat had a really difficult time in that second round. He only scored 8 points. But Joseph Peña Redondo coming through and punching a ticket into the championship round. He scored 17. Just good enough for him to get into the top 3. Don Gumaru had a decent score of 15 points. But nakita mo dahil dyan sa skinor ni Jeff Manday, who we will see in just a bit, hindi nakapasok sila ni Diego Dario.
Yes, doon mo talaga makikita yung caliber ng mga players natin here today. Everyone is performing very well, and imagine 15 then get you to the final round. It's kind of crazy.
It's all because Jeff Manday scored 25 points, and the next two guys who scored the most were both Joseph Peña Redondo and Philip Panyamogan, who came up with 17 points. Terso also missed an opportunity to get into the championship. Panyamogan barely making it. But he had the only perfect rack we've seen so far in this competition, going 5 for 5 from top of the circle. Mark Cruz also could not make it. And if you just joined us, our former champions 2022 winner Domark Matiliano got ousted in the first round. So did two-time defending champion Orland Wamar. Our final 3 shooters, Jeff Manday, Joseph Peña Redondo, and Mark Cruz. Peña Redondo will start things off.
Too strong. You might think that he has an advantage here because this is his hometown.
Yeah, actually, representing our hosts, ito si Joseph Peña Redondo. And I'm sure matinding tiwala ang binigay ni Mayor Jello Lonte dito sa kanyang player. Moneyball rack right now. Peña Redondo had 17 earlier. Ooh, not a really good percentage so far here in the championship. Can he heat up in these last 2 racks?
He's just starting to get warm.
Moneyball is good on the second to the final rack. Peña Redondo has 7 seconds left.
He gets hot and he punches it through. Joseph Peña Redondo with a strong finish. 19 points to set the bar high here as the first shooter in the championship round. Joseph Peña Redondo, my apologies. Philip Anyamogan did not make it to the final round. It's going to be Mark Cruz shooting next here. And you see here, Joseph Peña Redondo with a big last round.
He started off very slow, but you know what they say, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So
And Peña Redondo epitomizing that there. Had a really cold start. Many of you might have thought baka di na siya makakakuha ng magandang score. But Peña Redondo setting the tone with 19 points. This is the final round of our three-point shootout. Our last three shooters. Mark Cruz is the second here in the championship round. Still the same mechanics, 5 racks, 1 money ball rack, 5 balls each rack. Cruz with a little bit of a cold start here. Can that get him started? 2 straight right now for the Ant-Man.
that's that middle rack.
Last 2 are good for Mark Cruz.
4 out of 5 on that middle rack.
Cruz with 7 seconds to work with. He has 17. 4 Oh, that's gonna be it. Will that count? That should count.
That should count right there, Javi.
That should count. That should count.
I am calling it right now. This might be the best three-point shootout we've ever had.
This is, without a doubt already, Andre, this is the best three-point shootout in MPBL history. Mark Cruz. Is it going to be just 18 points? Is that the final score for Mark Cruz? We are going to find out in a bit, but I think that should count. That last ball should count. We are confirming here if that should count. Because if that counts, that ties things up with Joseph Peña Redondo. And according to our rules, in the event of a tie in the final round, there will be a 30-second shoot-off to determine the champion. And there you go, 19 points for Mark Cruz. So Peña Redondo and Mark Cruz both with 19. Manday needs 20 to win it. Wow, this is crazy. What a way to begin things here on All-Star Day. This year, Mark Cruz finishing with 19, tying hometown hero Joseph Peña Redondo here for our hosts, the Binyanta Takjel. Manday needs 20 in 60 seconds. A little bit of a worried look on the face of Joseph Peña Redondo right now.
Yes, Jeff Manday can end this with 20 points right now.
Remember, he had 25 earlier in the second round, Dre. And Manday, you know, he was actually one of the guys that I talked to earlier, and he also really prepared for this dahil first time niya nga maging all-star ever sa kanyang buhay, sa kahit anong liga. That's why he really cherishes this opportunity to be here. Kaya pinaghandaan niya talaga to. A native of Bacolod, Jeff Manday. Ito rin ang pambato ni Bosedel Tupas.
Solid first rack.
As his money ball rack at the center. 40 seconds to work with for Jeff Manday. He's taking his time, leaving that follow through a bit. Now this is where he really needs to get hot. Manday gets 1 out of 2. 1 out of 3. 2 out of 4. Can he go 3 out of 5? Yes, sir. Jeff Manday with 11 so far. 12. 13.
Oh, he can win this.
14. 15. Oh, no. He's going to get that one. Jeff Manday with 16. 7 seconds left. Can he make it 20? 17. 2 seconds left. Manday. Oh, no. He's not. Is that going to count? Will that count? Is that gonna count? It was so close, Andre!
This final round is insane.
My goodness! Oh, I think that's our official score already. Are they gonna take a look at the replay? But what Miguel Pere has announced, his official score is 18 points, which means we are gonna have a final shootout, another round, a 30-second shootout between Joseph Peña Redondo and the Ant-Man, Mark Cruz. Wow.
Jeff Manday missed it by 1 point. That's crazy.
Ganon katindi po mga kaliga ang naging pangyayari dito sa ating 3-point shootout. Hindi lang po dito sa championship round. Matindi na nga dito eh. There you go, Jeff Manday. He got really hot here. Those last 2 racks before the final rack. But he just ran out of time dun sa kanyang huling rack. But before the championship round, Dre, nagkakadikit na rin talaga yung mga scores. Manday top scored in the second round with 25. And then he had following suit Peña Redondo and Mark Cruz with 17 each. Pero magkakadikit rin yung mga scores ng ibang mga players. So muna yung Reds Gabat who finished under 10 points. But here after the championship round, Peña Redondo and Mark Cruz with 19. Jeff Manday with 18. There's gonna be a 30-second shoot-off here between both Joseph Peña Redondo and itong si Mark Cruz. We'll be taking a short break here to catch our breaths. Nagbabalik ang inyong 2025 MPBL All-Star. The biggest names and the brightest stars gathered together here on our All-Star Day dito sa Maharlika, Pilipinas Basketball League. Kami pala niya joined by Andre Duremdes. And if you just tuned in, we just witnessed a really scintillating shootout between our top shooters here in the league. Hindi pa po tayo tapos dito. Our championship round, which featured 3 shooters out of the final 8, produced a tie in both Joseph Peña Redondo and Mark Cruz, tying themselves up with 19 points apiece. And so we will have a 30-second shootout. Jeff Manday only scored 18, missing it by just a hair. Only a solitary point, Dre. What a crazy way to jump off things here on 2025 All-Star Day.
Okay, balik tayo sa natin natin 1 minute sa ating tiebreaker round.
So it's 1 minute for the tiebreaker round.
Wow, okay, so instead of 30 seconds, which was previously stipulated in our rules, our officials have chose to give both Joseph Peña Redondo and Mark Cruz still 60 seconds on the clock, just like what our usual rules are. So same rules for this tiebreaker shootout. The same rules, 60 seconds on the clock, 5 racks, 5 balls each, 1 money ball rack. Crazy shootout are happening here. Definitely, without a doubt, as you can see, our top agents in the building here at the Ilante Sports Arena, led by the legend himself, Mr. Danny Espiritu. And some of our players already getting ready para sa ating 2025 Executive All-Star Game, which will be happening right after this. We talked about it at the start na dapat yung original schedule actually natin may twist. Dapat yung second round saka yung championship ng 3-point shootout right after ng Executive All-Star Game. But our people here decided to go straight na dahil exciting na mga naging pangyayari dito eh. Why not? Ituloy-tuloy na. So both Joseph Peña-Redondo and Mark Cruz, nag-coin toss muna sila to decide sino mauuna. Di ko sure kung sino nanalo sa coin toss, but ang pagkasundaan, Peña-Redondo will go first. Again, 60 seconds on the clock for this tiebreaker.
Home court.
Peña-Redondo of the Binienta Takjel only shooting 24.5% from the outside this season, but he has gone on to figure for a chance to win the crown dito sa ating 2025 3-point shootout. Money ball rack right now for Peña-Redondo. Remember, Peña-Redondo started out flat a bit dun sa ating championship round, but this is where he got really hot. Can he duplicate it? There you go. 2 straight. 3
like
straight. Ooh, missing that one. Money ball. Can he get it? Nope.
Needs a solid round here.
7 seconds left. Peña-Redondo gets that. 2 seconds left. He has time. Ooh, missing that last money ball. That's a total of 14 points para kay Joseph Peña-Redondo. He scored 19 earlier, tying things up with the Ant-Man Mark Cruz. Was off to a rather good start here, Dre.
Yes, you would think na fatigue comes into play here. These are a lot of shots, Javi.
Yeah, a lot of shots. 5 racks, 5 balls each. And we've already played out 3 rounds. This is the 4th. Mark Cruz now up next. The Ant-Man, Mark Cruz, one of the league leaders in 3-point percentage this year. 40.7 from downtown. Cruz starting to gain a rhythm here, taking his time with that last money ball on the right side, top of the circle. This is his money ball rack. Cruz needs 15 to win it all. There you go. And that is enough to crown him the winner here. Cruz can actually just relax here, but he's gonna opt to finish this one. 10 seconds left. Wow. We have a new champion this year. The Ant-Man of the Gensan Warriors. 2 seconds left. Mark Cruz finishing things off with a very strong 22 points to cap off things here in what was a very heated 3-point shootout.
Yes, congrats to Mark Ant-Man Cruz for winning the 2025 MPBL 3-point shootout.
This year had the deepest lineup of shooters. We had the sharpest snipers in the building here for our 2025 All-Star 3-point shootout. But Mark Cruz coming out as the best shooter of them all. 22 points in the tiebreaker against Joseph Peña-Redondo.
What a way to start out the All-Star festivities.
Crazy happenings here at the Yolonte Sports Arena. Kaya kung ako sa inyo mga kaliga, if you're just around the area, if you are near the vicinity, come through here at the Yolonte Sports Arena. Malapit-lapit lang naman galing sa Metro Manila. Maybe an hour and a half from the Metro. There you see once again our final score at the end of the tiebreaker, 22-14. Mark Cruz winning it all here sa ating 3-point shootout. The new winner after 2 years, taking the crown from Orlan Romar Jr. of the San Juan Knights. Mark Cruz of the Gensan Warriors. Let's go courtside to Miss Lyra Punsalan.
Magandang gabi mga kaliga. I'm with the 3-point shootout finalist, Joseph Peña-Redondo. Joseph, nabanggit mo nga kanina na first time mo ngayon at dikit na dikit ang naging laban nyo as a tiebreaker ni Mark Cruz. Anong pakiramdam?
Siyempre opportunity. First time ko medyo nakakakabay tapos umabot pa ako sa finals.
Can you share with us yung mga naging preparasyon mo para sa araw na ito?
Actually, hindi ko alam nakasali ako eh. Yung may game lang kami sa San Juan, doon ko nalaman parang mga 3 days before bago mag-shootout. So, siguro shoutout sa mga boys namin na tumulong sa akin tumira sa makapag-prepare para dito.
And kitang-kita nga lahat ng preparations mo, Joseph. May mga gusto ka pa bang pasalamatan?
Unang-una sa mga dito sa People of Binyan and kay Mayor Jel Alonte and sa boss namin kay Boss Monching Talisayon and sa yun lang, yung mga teammates ko and coaches.
Maraming salamat, Joseph Peña-Redondo, Javi, and Andre.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. You just heard from our second placer of our 2025 3-point shootout, Joseph Peña-Redondo. You know, despite not winning the crown, Dre, I'm sure Mayor Gelalonte, his coaches, his teammates, and the staff are very proud of the way Peña-Redondo fared sa ating 3-point shootout.
Yes, Joseph Peña-Redondo just showed everyone today that he's a very, very capable shooter.
Definitely was one of our best shooters tonight, Joseph Peña-Redondo of the Binyan Tatak Gel. And that's despite being he is the lowest 3-point percentage shooter in our lineup of shooters dito sa ating 3-point shootout. Let's go courtside naman kay Miss Andrea Endicio.
Mga kaliga, kasama ko nga ngayon ang ating pinakabagong kampiyon ng ating 3-point shootout. First of all, congratulations. Mark, kanina akala natin tapos na sa 3rd round. Kaso nagkaroon ng tie. Ano bang naisip at naramdaman mo noon? Mas kinabahan ka ba? Mas na-excite ka ba?
Nang hinayang kasi akala ko panalo na. But still, merong final decision doon. So tie. And yun, nag-enjoy lang ulit doon sa final round. So kaya nag-good luck naman kami ni Peña-Redondo.
Nauna sa'yo si Joseph, no? Habang pinapanood mo siya, anong tumatakbo sa isip mo?
Siyempre pag nasushoot parang sakit. Pero ayun, nagkaroon ako ng chance. So nag-focus lang yung turn ko na. So at least na-shoot yung mga tinitira ko.
And right now, how does it feel to be the new 3-point shootout champion?
Siyempre sobrang masaya. Siyempre baka kailangan pa i-defend to. So, pero next year na yun. So mag-enjoy muna ako ngayon and sobrang saya ng All-Star. Thank you.
All right, once again, our new champion sa ating 3-point shootout, walang iba kundi si Mark Cruz. Javi and Andre.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. Gary David won it in 2019. Lester Alvarez won it in 2020. After the pandemic, Domark Matiliano of Muntinlupa took the crown and Orlando Mar won the last 2 editions. But this year, we crowned a new champion in the Ant-Man, Mark Cruz of the Gensan Warriors. Up next sa ating All-Star festivities, we have our 2025 All-Executive Game for Andre Duremdes. This has been Javi Palanya. Stay tuned for more dito sa ating 2025 All-Star Day.